Aloha, my name is Deepa. Welcome to Let's Evolve Together. This is your new moon in Aries solar eclipse of 2023 reading. Welcome and thank you for being here. Okay, we're going to jump right into it. There's a lot of energy, a lot of dynamic movement, a lot of shifting sands and unexpected change. So basically, if you haven't viewed one of my readings before, I'll just give you a little quick preview. What you see here at the top is a pick a pile, and this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. We save that for the end, so this can feel like an almost personal reading for you, and it's kind of exciting. It's like opening a present at the end. So you can take your time, intuiting which pile might be best for you at this time. And other than that, I'm going to jump right in. Side note, we will have construction going on in the background of these videos for probably 9 months. Hopefully it's not too loud and we can just get through it pretty much unscathed. But if you're hearing beeping, that's this big bulldozer thing. Every time it moves, it beeps. And they're moving a lot of dirt, rocks, and soil out there. So we can just use it as a metaphor for, building a new foundation, basically. Okay, so first we are going to use Kim Cran's archetype deck to see what we're working with here with this solar eclipse energy. There's so much energy moving around astrologically. It's hard to really pinpoint exactly. They're wanting me to have two, exactly what we're picking up on, but we're gonna go with this. Let's see what we got. Wow, look at those colors. Gnosis. I feel like this is knowing without knowing. Again, we have sacred geometry coming through here. And the prayer. Beautiful cards. Yeah, I feel, so this is really powerful. You can see this bird taking flight here, making its way around what looks to be a flower, a blooming flower. So as he moves, he's able to create more depth with color around the flower. It's this energy of as I move, I am, or as I move, I develop. It just feels like this energy of layers. And then this light at the very center, I don't know if you can see that, it feels like a beacon. And it's his honing device, and every movement he makes in this sphere around the beacon, it's like he's still connected to that honing device. And it's almost like this is like a beacon at the heart chakra. So his movement, making this sphere here, this cycle, is all happening around the beacon or around the heart chakra. So it's almost like he's circling the heart chakra, and he's not going to waver away from that right now. Everything he's doing is for what he's feeling inside is right. Like I said, there's a knowing without knowing, a knowing without knowing why you know, that I feel he's responding to. He just is trusting. He's just trusting that this knowing is right, and having faith to move forward in the path and the dynamic around whatever that beacon is for him. With prayer, there's a release of something, like whatever this is that he's moving around, whatever this is that he's circling, there's this surrender. Like I feel this deeply inside, but I can't control it. And I surrender control. I surrender my needs around it going a certain way, my expectations, and I'm offering it up to the heavens or my spirit guides or the angels or my higher self. Like, this is bigger than me, and I feel also that it's coming from a higher power, this directive. So as you give it to me, I toss it back to you. Like I accept it and I also let it go. So that's already how this is feeling, and it's very deep. Like I was preparing the reading and I was like, wow, this energy is I can feel it. Like I'm moving through it, like I'm pushing through it. Not in a bad way or a difficult way. It just feels really tangible and thick. That's the only way I can really describe it. It's like I'm moving forward through this known realm, intuitively known, not mentally known. I'm moving forward through this intuitively known realm. I'm making shifts. And at the same time, I'm letting go of the way I think it should be. So there's definitely like this surrender to God's will, surrender to consciousness, surrender to the higher power, or it's almost like you know the directive is coming from a higher power, and you're really allowing them to, yes, give you that directive and also take the reins. So we're really in it. We're in this dynamic at this point. The solar eclipse is Wednesday night, Thursday morning, depending. And we're like being pulled through it. And there's really not much, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. Something has already been seen, and that's this directive you're circling. And now there's a matter of more pieces coming to the surface. That definitely needs to happen. With Mercury retrograde, we want to be aware and not jump too soon into like signing a official contract, for instance. You want to go over the details a few times, make sure you have all the pieces, wait a few weeks, because details can be hidden in Mercury retrogrades, and the logistical part, the physical, tangible part of the knowing, of the intuitive knowing, needs your observation and your attention to those details and discrepancies. So there's no turning back, and also be aware of what you're moving into, and make sure you're not, acting. So yeah, just having awareness and not reacting too quickly is the name of the game right now. There's a lot of shifting sands, and with that, we don't have like a solid step. Things can shift underneath us as we step. So moving with awareness, that's what I'm getting here, okay? So let's put these right here. Excuse me, little plant. Ah. Okay. Oh, sorry. The energies are so like dynamic. Okay. I want to see. I've got some really unique decks for you. Since I was feeling, I don't know if you caught me on Instagram earlier, I did a live, and I was really feeling a lot of spiritual practice and yogic practices coming in to help us get through this, these dynamic energies and everything that's coming up inside of us. So I decided to pull out the deity deck today to see which deities, which gods and goddesses were watching over the new moon in Aries solar eclipse at this time. So I'm going to pull 3 of these. Let's see who comes out. Okay, what deities do we have watching over us this powerful second new moon in Aries and solar eclipse? Okay. Karma Dakini, number 44. 44 has been coming up almost constantly every day. 44 and 414 and 144, any mix of those. The Green Buddha family of the North. Replace envy by focusing on your accomplishments. Definitely. Focus on what you do have and what you have gained so far. 46, Rahula, fierce planetary deity of the sky. This is very fiery. Confront the things that scare you the most. Wow, beautiful energy. I love that. And number 33, we've got a 44 and a 33, 2 master numbers on either side. We have Vajrakalaya, the magician, what you identify with becomes who you are. Wow. Wow. These energies are so strong. We have two benevolent but wrathful deities down here at the end. We have two master numbers, and we have Karma Dakini, which feels like a version of the Vajra Yogini to me. Replace envy by focusing on your accomplishments. So transmuting heavier karmas to bring forward a softer energy and a more optimistic. How can we shift from feeling like we don't have enough or feeling jealous or envious? How can we shift that into gratitude and really looking at what we do have and what we have built so far? So wow. Okay, so I'm going to pull the Dharma cards actually to see how this energy matches. So what do we want to say about Karma Dakini, the Green Buddha family of the North? Replace envy by focusing on your accomplishments. We've got love. Wow, beautiful. Although it is impossible, the infinite is defeated by the finite. What is that unthinkable position? It can only be attained through love, where the infinite is defeated by the finite. It can only be attained through love. And I was saying that earlier too. It's like we need a lot of self-love and self-compassion at this time for ourselves, but also the people around us, because everyone's going to be going through an intense time right now emotionally. So to act on love and activate love whenever you can, instead of like blame, or guilt tripping, or, you're really just trying to see someone else's point of view, really. And then Rahula was confront the things that scare you the most. We have values. Whatever we may conceive is within the infinite. So we're getting the infinite a lot. If we have an idea of the infinite broadness and depth of the absolute, how can we value anything here? Wow. So it's almost like placing so much energy and attention on the fears. Like, why do we give that so much weight when we know everything here is temporary, change is constant? So it's almost like looking at the deeper spiritual aspects of life and saying, okay, I know that if you're feeling, for instance, really fearful of stepping into your power or showing yourself in a new way, it's almost like giving that fear more weight than the love, and just asking yourself some big questions about that. Like, it's almost like you're over identifying with the separateness of physical life, and instead where you could be identifying with this deep undercurrent of the interconnectedness of all beings and all things, and therefore trusting love over fear. So it's these deep spiritual concepts that are coming to the surface, like a real spiritual awakening. That's the energy with this new moon in Aries solar eclipse. And it really is about the self with that Aries energy. It's almost like recognizing yourself within the whole and within the interconnectedness of all things, and the part you play in that. Even though we are interconnected, what is my role here on this earth? I am perceivably a separate being here on this earth plane. So how can I contribute in my own special way? And I do feel like that's coming up. And of course, what we value, I did mention that in the live reading this morning too with Instagram. Creating the world, creating our reality based on what we value and our priorities and what we want to see in our lives and how we want our lives to feel. There was this really strong Venusian Venus energy. And with Venus in Gemini, that was coming up a lot, like making hard choices, but that are making choices that are more aligned with our values and our beliefs and what we want to see in our lives and in the world. So hard decisions, but only to bring you into more alignment and to bring you more into your power. So it's really deep, powerful stuff. So let's see, the Magician. What you identify with becomes who you are. And I think that goes down to this too, with identifying with fear or love. So how about for Vajrakalaya? What do we see here? Guidance. Fill your heart with these three: the words of saintly people, the words of holy books, and the words of your guru. Wow, that's gorgeous. So this to me is like, you know, what you identify with becomes who you are. So being aware of the music you listen to, being aware of the movies you watch, being aware of the way you talk to yourself and others, and being aware of the way people talk, being aware of the way that people talk to you, and using your discernment at this time, and only allowing what feels really loving and supportive to be around you and to enter your energy field, because you will take on the energies that surround you. And one of my spiritual teachers' greatest teachings is be careful of the company you keep, because you will inherit their karma in a way, their traits. You'll take on their stuff, you know, you'll learn from them, you'll absorb. There's so much that's happening through osmosis with the people that we surround ourselves with. You could be taking on their stuff energetically, not even knowing it's their stuff and thinking it's yours. So there's a lot about clear, healthy boundaries here, using your discernment, keeping your energy clear and clean, and making choices based on what you value, and aligning with your beliefs and staying within your integrity. That's coming up a lot. And I feel like this all has to do with Aries energy, which is understanding yourself as part of the whole and your unique signature within that. So wow, that's pretty potent stuff right there. Okay, so let's move now. Let's see what's coming up in some oracle cards. So first I'm going to choose an animal card. What animal energy, what spirit animal is guiding us during this time? Okay, we've got change, chameleon, number 33, another 33. Let's do another one. Wow. And we've got a 4, which is wisdom, another 4, the owl. Those are beautiful. So I don't know if you can see that, but she's down here underneath this massive owl, and she has another owl alighting onto her hand. So I feel, and then of course all this beautiful connections here in the stars, like sacred geometry, or just connections through the constellations. It's just like why I felt drawn to pull sacred geometry this morning in that live video on Instagram. There's like this new divine template that this new earth is being built upon, and I feel like the establishing of the foundation of this template is what's coming in with this solar eclipse. And that's why there's so much newness. There's all this opportunity for new beginning and change and making new choices, because that is the foundation for this new divine template, like matrix that's coming in. And to me, it feels like, you know, being guided by the wisdom of the stars. Of course, the owl represents and symbolizes wisdom. We have a tree here in the owl's belly, and this represents our ancestors and what's passed down, but I feel like this is galactic ancestry. And this is making choices that are more in line with our highest good. There's an element of purity here. So sorry if you can hear that beeping. Let's see, the chameleon for change. I feel like we need to be on our toes right now with this energy. Like she's ready for action. Like things could change at any moment, and she's just prepared. She's not tense, she's not in fear, she's just very alert. And just, you know, don't zone out on your phone kind of energy. Pay attention, look around you, you know, be extra cautious on the road. Check in with people. Just be awake right now. There's a lot of shifting sands, like I said, and if you're feeling something intuitively, for instance, don't brush it off like, oh, that was just a thought or a feeling, it was nothing. Act on it if you feel like it resonates, you know, in a good place for you. Like, hey, I am going to call that person, or I am going to call that number for this business contact, or do this thing that I've been drawn to do, make this connection, whatever it might be, right? It could be so many different things. I do feel like a lot of intuitive guidance is coming through for everyone right now. It's like our intuitive abilities have been turned up. Our intuitive receptors and antennas are sharpened and clear. So it's really really trust yourself right now. Remember, we had this card of a knowing without knowing without knowing how you know. And that's the intuitive level turned up, really sharp, clear intuition right now, and perception. And then acting on your wisdom, right? So you have to use your discernment even with your own nudges, niggles, or feelings that you're getting. And then act on your wisdom when you're trying to make big decisions. So, like I said, there's a lot of energy here with stepping back and observation, listening, and just being flexible with the times right now, allowing things to be a little messy. Everything's not going to be super nailed down right now. So more about change and flexibility, less about consistency and predictability. Excuse me. Okay, let me see what's coming through the cosmos with this energy. I've got Dr. Lisa Thompson's Cosmic Oracle deck here. We've got DNA activation, definitely. I mean, I'm seeing that here with what's up in the sky by the owl. There's these new templates and there's connections being made. This almost looks like the nadis in the nervous system, the energy points in your nervous system that serve as little locks or portals to keep the flow and balance and regulation internally in your psychic system, your nervous system. And I feel like this is you're making connections in your DNA that you haven't before, that are bringing in new timelines for you because you're activating psychic gifts that you've had in other lifetimes and other timelines, and you're making connections. You're like, I'm still carrying that within me, those psychic gifts, talents, those vessels of wisdom, and I'm connecting who I am now to those lifetimes before, and through that connection it becomes a channel where those gifts come down the tubes, so to speak, into this life and this timeline that you're living, and activate and become part of your lived experience. So there's definitely something going on here that's very much on a deeper, very much like a cellular level. Shifting dimensions. Wow. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like and then with this Uranus energy right here with the lightning bolts, the change. So this is right next to change. So being prepared to take on a timeline that's different than anything you've experienced before, but definitely something you feel inside. Like, this definitely resonates. This is not going to be something that's alien to you. That's a funny pun. Anyway, but change, because it's a change that supports who you are now and something you've always felt inside of your being. So it definitely resonates with you. You're feeling a knowingness, you're trusting it, you're having faith in it, and you're allowing yourself to activate more of your DNA so that you can shift dimensions, so that you can become that fourth density being from that third density being. So you're becoming a more conscious being. You're anchoring your higher self on this earth plane. So you really are shifting your awareness from one that may have been more, how do I want to say it? Everything is as I see it. Like, everything is just what it seems, to there's so much more going on to what I see than, what's right in front of me. There's a deeper layer. There's many layers, and there's many dimensions to what I'm seeing in front of me. So what I'm seeing is not the full picture. My other senses, my clairs, for instance, clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, that was the knowing without knowing why you know. Those are picking up on different energies and different subtleties. And all of that's being activated so that when I'm now interacting with my environment and my reality, the choices that I make are going to be so much more co-creative and really unique and just so much more in the moment, right? Because you're going off of everything you're sensing in the moment. You're not going off a previous experience or a previously perceived reality. You're not projecting either. So this is like in the moment, what am I feeling? All the levels, all the dimensions through extrasensory perception, as well as the five senses, what I know to be true, what's clear in my mind, what's resonant in my energy, in my body, in my spirit, and then making choices or co-creating from that place. So this is a real drop into presence, and it really takes someone who is strong in their energy, very grounded, to be able to navigate that multiverse. Basically, it feels like the multiverse that's coming through. So that is really cool. I just want to see what's on the bottom. The Merkaba. Whoa. Yeah, I do feel like you're doing more work now in the astral realms and in the dream state than ever before. This feels like, Neptunian energy to me. Actually, I want to read this. What Lisa wrote. Let me just see if I can find it. About the Merkaba. Okay. Your body is a vehicle for light travel. It is in the shape of a three-dimensional double tetrahedron star. Its name means light, spirit, and body. Some ascended masters and higher dimensional beings use it to travel through time and space. Ooh, there's a practice in here. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. So if you want to try this, you can sit with your eyes closed and do this mini meditation. Sit with your eyes closed. Visualize the Merkaba within your body. The masculine pyramid starts at the knees and points up to your crown chakra. The feminine pyramid starts at the base of your shoulders and points downward toward your root chakra. Visualize the two pyramids beginning to spin, where the masculine spins clockwise and the feminine spins counterclockwise. See the field around your body and expand it bigger and bigger. Focus your attention on an intention as your Merkaba is moving. Allow your body and spirit to move to higher consciousness. When you are complete, ground yourself back into your body. I am a vehicle to travel throughout time and space. So I would use this if you're trying to create, and if you're trying to set new intentions, if you're trying to jump timelines, if you're trying to kind of like activate a new reality for yourself. You can do this meditation and then set an intention and experience this field growing and expanding around you with momentum and energy and force in a good way, like a flow with force, not a forced force. Sorry, that probably sounds weird. And you allow your spirit to sort of ascend and move to higher consciousness. So what you're saying is, I'm shedding the weight of the old and the outdated and the heavy karma, and I'm choosing to ascend. And I'm visualizing that. I'm visualizing the energy, and I'm feeling the energy of that. And this is the new intention that I am creating now and sending to my higher self. And I'm also activating that connection between my higher self, my mind, and my heart to all work together in alignment, so that I can start to attract that in my life. So that's really powerful. And then definitely ground yourself before you do the exercise and after. Feel your roots digging deep into the earth. So that'll help if you're wanting to really shift your reality, shift dimensions, and try to unlock yourself from a stuck point, or like, why can't I get past this, or why can't I see past this, or I just need a new perspective. That kind of energy, because this is breakthrough energy. Remember, there's this knowing coming in, right? This was a real spiritual breakthrough that's coming in, like a deeper spiritual undercurrent that's wanting to be felt and understood by us. And I feel like if we can tap into that by actively working with our energy systems, it's going to bring it through that much more clearly and fluidly and easily, like much more gracefully and easefully. So powerful reading, you guys. Okay, let's do the tarot. Okay, so I've already pre-shuffled it. I'm just gonna see what wants to come out now. Let's see where I want to put these. Okay, 5 of Cups. This is, letting go of what was, of the past. There is some regret and guilt tied into this card. Can I let go comes up. The Moon in reverse. So this is Mercury retrograde stuff. Going within. So this is that energy of not everything is revealed yet. So, like, for instance, if you're feeling like a catching point in your past, you're caught in a past something, like maybe it was something you did or something someone else did. The whole story is not yet on the table, and that's what I feel with the Moon in reverse. Like, I feel almost like you're trying to process things, but you don't know everything that you're processing. And maybe, so what do we see coming through with this, Spirit? Is this going to come clear? Wow, the Lovers. This was showing up in the reading this morning with the Gemini energy that was coming in and the Vesica Pisces. So Gemini energy here, the Lovers. What else? And the 9 of Stars. Whoa. Okay. So to me, this feels like where this morning it was like, okay, there's a choice that's being made internally inside of you to step into your power or to hold back. It was very much like that. This can also, and here she is standing in her power. The 9 of Stars is the 9 of Pentacles. This is the empowered sovereign. She has placed the crown of sovereignty on her head, and she has chosen to bring her power back to herself. So maybe there's a letting go and a processing of what happened, what went down here. And through the processing, she comes out stronger, more clear, and she's able to claim her energy back for herself, for her next steps. So I do feel like, yes, there's new steps here. There's doors opening. There's opportunity. There's new beginning. There's new inspiration. The last cycle is trying to, for some reason, wants your processing, wants your healing, wants your attention. That came up too really strongly in a previous reading I did. I think it was on Instagram. I'm so sorry, I'm not recalling it right now, but it was very much about I think it was the weekly reading last week. You're not really going to be able to walk away from this. There's some processing that needs to happen. So I feel like that's what this is about with the Mercury retrograde. Let me put this back in because I don't know if that came out upright or reversed. Okay, so what do we see after the 9 of Stars? Can you show us a bit of the future here? Wow, success. The 6 of Wands. Wow, gorgeous. The 2 of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. 6 of Crystals, moving away from difficulty. Wow. Okay, 2 of Wands. I feel like this is finally making that choice. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. So let's see what that is. Show us the 2 of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse, because it looks like wow, look at that, the 10 of Cups. So this energy is that's such a beautiful card. Look at that. This deck is really gorgeous. From my choice, like that's what from your choice to let go, to heal, to love, to release, to reflect. This Mercury retrograde calls us into the cave, into that hermit place inside of ourselves on purpose to give us pieces, almost like pieces from a treasure chest that we didn't collect yet, so that we can put things together and make sense of a story and come out empowered as a result. So don't resist the going within, the slowing down, the quiet time, the reflection time. It will bring you success. You'll feel freed from that experience. You'll be happy you did it. There's also this energy of the 2 of Cups, like something new coming in to fill your cup. A mutual love, a mutual coming together. Like these 2 of Cups you didn't see in the background are now front and center, right in your face, and now you're moving out of what felt like a very difficult time into the Ten of Cups energy, because you chose to walk away. With the Two of Wands in reverse, to me this is choosing to walk away, choosing to make those decisions that you couldn't make before, that you felt stuck in. So you make the choice that you know you need to make. You stand in your power. Yeah, the High Priestess, you follow your intuition. Sorry if I sound loud. I feel like I'm screaming. I think that was because the construction outside, which has ceased. I just moved the microphone closer. So the construction outside for now has ceased, and it got quiet, and then I sounded like I was screaming. So I hope I'm not like yelling at you. But it's like this intuitive knowing, the knowing without knowing, right? You know you need to make a choice. You make the choice. You feel successful. You feel free. Something comes in to match your energy. That makes you feel even more successful, and the cup is filled. You're moving away from difficult times. So this Two of Wands was like you just had to go within and follow your intuition. What is this Ace of Wands in reverse about? Ten of Crystals. Yes, you had to let go. There was a resistance to letting go, and I feel like that if you haven't done the letting go yet, it's coming, and through that you are going to find your happiness. And I think the resistance is there's nothing better, or I don't want to let go, or it makes me sad to let go, but it will it's almost like there's something waiting for you that's a fit. And this solar eclipse is like this portal, this doorway where you find that match, you find that fit. Now, whether that's a person, a love relationship, which it very well could be, some sort of connection, either way, it fills both your cups, no matter what it is. This could also be you finding something you love to do and finally being able to act on it and bring it into your life in fullness. Or finding a place you love, a hobby you love, a book you love, or a house you love. So you're moving out of rocky waters, moving into calm waters. That is what this is about. And it's also about allowing your intuition to guide you. The Moon Goddess, the High Priestess. So this is Mars in Cancer. And allowing that energy to guide you toward your next best step. And the Ten of Cups is the result, is the outcome. So that's a really beautiful. And look at that. It falls under Shift Dimensions. Allowing yourself to be different, I'm getting here. DNA activation, shifting dimensions, change, allowing a brighter future, allowing happiness. It's almost like Spirit knows what's best for you, and you're choosing to trust that and allow that instead of saying, no, it has to be this way. And that is really hard because you're letting go of a big, ego wants to be in control. So as you release that, Spirit then is allowed to bring you what is truly aligned with you, instead of something that before just wasn't clicking, not quite. So, wow, that's gorgeous energy. Beautiful. That's what we like to see in these readings. Sometimes that kind of thing doesn't come through, and it's coming through. So that's really cool. Let's see the energy of this with this Oracle deck. What is the energy of all this? Yeah, the land between, making that choice. The bridge, going from the South Node to the North Node. Again, a 4. This is a 40. Breaks down to a 4. We already have 4, 4, 4. We have 4 4s on the board, right? Amazing. A 1, this is new beginnings, earth magic. So this is like the magician in the tarot, bringing heaven to earth, starting to experience that dreamed reality, dreams coming true. And one more, actually 2 more. Waking the Lion, a number 19, which is a 10, which is a 1. So we have 2 1s. This is the end of one cycle. So awakening the strength within you, the passion, the desire, the ferocity to go after what you want and what you're wanting, to manifest, your passions, your drive, your ambition. So this feels like Mars in Leo to me. And then a grand symphony, number 27, which is my number I always get. This is the music playing, like the cherry on top. You did it. It's just everything. You're seeing how everything has worked together to bring you to this point, and it's creating this beautiful symphony of magic and life. And I'm losing my voice, so I feel like this is really powerful right now. The throat chakra getting cleared, of course, sound. expression of yourself, but seeing how it all comes together and works together, seeing the interconnectedness of all of it. And that's what I'm getting from this owl, who's also a 4. Look at the interconnectedness up here. All the dots being connected. Connect the dots up there. The interconnectedness of everything, of the oneness of all. That's really powerful. Wow. And that's a 4. The 27 is a 9, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So standing in your power, choosing what's right for you. Let me just see this Grand Symphony. Music. I just feel like this is like the angels congratulating you, heralding you in. It's heralding in a new age. It's singing your praises. It's looking at how far you've come. You feeling just grateful and just abundant, and not feeling lack and not choosing lack. I mean, there's this energy of the 5 of Cups, like maybe that was felt before, but really, really moving out of that. Like not only because you're ready, not only because you healed, but just because it's time. Divine timing is meeting you, 2 of Cups, meeting you halfway and saying, it's time for you to get what resonates with you. It's time to shift into those new earth vibrations, to open up to the infinite possibilities. Remember, we saw the word infinite 3 times so far in this reading. It's like opening up to the infinite possibilities of your potential, the infinite possibilities of your potential, not your potential's here and your potential's here, so you can only go that far. No, this is the infinite possibilities of earth potential, of human potential, of collective potential, of individual potential. There's so much opportunity of expansion that is present right now, and I feel is getting really the push forward from the universe and the support from the universe to move ahead into these new timelines and new frequencies and just start lighting up the show. Like we're just lighting up the board, right? Lighting up the circuit board. Wow, what a gorgeous reading. Definitely didn't expect this today. I knew something was here, but it's so powerful when you see it coming out onto the table. Okay, so I do want to, I know we have the pick-up piles here. I just want to check in with Spirit. If there's anything they want me, okay, so they want me to do the activations from our star family, and we're going to go with Gateway of Light activation by Kyle Gray. And I did not have these out, so I'm just going to take a second to clear them. Oh, and they want me to maybe read 1. Okay, I might be only pulling 1 here. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, Spirit, so what is being activated at this time? What do our star families want us to be aware of that's coming through? I think there's one card in here that's very specific. What is that? What is that card for us? Oh yeah, I forgot the microphone is over there, so sorry if that's super loud. I will try not to do that. Okay. Halls of Amenti initiation. Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered. Remember I said treasures and initiations. Okay, I'm going to read this. Again, we have this energy of connections. There's a pyramid here. Love it. Okay. Page 7613, which is a 4. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. The halls of Amenti are a sacred learning space that were the halls of Amenti are a sacred learning space that were energetically transported by Thoth from Atlantis to the spiritual plane before Atlantis came to an end. It is said that the portal to this etheric retreat is energetically connected to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Many believe that the physical remains of these halls can be found there. We don't have to physically visit Egypt to access their energies, though. The halls of Amenti are said to have been the home of the Emerald Tablet. They are a space of ancient mysteries in service to the expansion of humanity. On this card, you will see 2 pillars, an echo of the 2 pillars that have been found in sacred places throughout history. The black pillar represents the physical world, and the white represents the spiritual, indicating that this sacred space is between the worlds. If you feel called to these halls or they seem oddly familiar, there is a chance you have visited them in dream time or even before this incarnation. Wow. Between the worlds. Oh my gosh. Land between. We got that. If you feel called to these halls or they seem oddly familiar, there is a chance you had visited them in dream time. And we have astral traveling, shifting dimensions, the Merkaba, wow, or even before this incarnation in the Akashic Records where you planned your life. So I feel like what's coming in is, what did you plan before you got here? What was the plan? I think that's what's being activated now. Ooh, there's another imagery meditation we can do for connection if you want to try it. If you do, you can close your eyes and imagine. Imagine you are at the Great Pyramid. Above its apex, a portal opens, drawing you in. See yourself at the center of a sacred temple. Set clear intentions to align with your higher purpose and receive a transmission of ancient wisdom. Remember we got the wisdom card? You are in a deep initiatory chamber at this time. You might feel that things are heavy and challenging, but know that a reconfiguration is happening. Energetically, you are going through an initiation that will allow you to go beyond the fears of the ego and transcend the limitations of the physical realm. You might not feel that light is present because you are in the middle of this phase at the moment, but know that it is present within you. You might be feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, but a lot of this anxiety is actually old energies that were stored in the depths of your body being released so that your vibrations can rise. We've totally touched on all of that. That is so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. That is awesome. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quote part of that in the description box so you guys can reread it if you want, because it's that beautiful. Okay? Probably not the whole thing, but I'll quote and I'll put Kyle Gray down there if you want to get this deck. It is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. It's one of my favorites. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, the plan you created before you got here is being activated now. Your next incarnation is showing up. This is really big stuff because you've got to be able to let go of the previous incarnation or find ways to integrate, right? You're not going to be able to just cut off that whole thing, but there's ways to up-level, upgrade, integrate, and connect the two. And there's also a lot of letting go so that your frequency can rise. So this is just awesome. Okay, so I'm going to pull these down a little bit so we can see our pickup piles. So if you want to take another moment, pile 1, 2, and 3. And let's look at pile 1, okay? Such beautiful energy. Dreams coming true. I just love it. It was at anyway. Okay, pile 1. Okay, so what I did here was I've got some guidance cards, but I wanted to pick from this deck because it gives really specifics, the Kipper fortune telling deck. So this is going to kind of highlight maybe in your life how might this be showing up for you. You've got 9, change again. This, to me, this person is packing a car with all their belongings. Like you are moving house, maybe even moving across the country. This is a big move. This isn't just traveling. This is a big move for your living situation. So the lights are on though. Like you are being guided and protected. It's not raining out. You know, the stuff is like barely fastened down. This is like the energy of a quick change is coming in your place of living or moving house. So maybe moving house only, or maybe moving house and state and country. So that's how it's showing up for you, pile 1. Very interesting. And it's you're going to like this change. This is going to empower you, okay? Strength at this time. Strength comes from many sources. I feel like you've got Waking the Lion right here for you. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You're never really alone, and we're always with you. Messages from Spirit. Okay, now what do you need to surrender, pile 1? Surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay? So if you want to take a picture of your reading, pile 1, there it is. Okay, so let's put change at the top. Really interesting. Wow. Moving house, possibly. Okay, pile 2, you ready? What did you get for the fortune telling deck? Thief, number 24, which is a 6. This has the energy of being aware of your surroundings very strongly. That there might be more to the contract than you're aware of. So for you, there's this highlighted warning to not sign anything, possibly till after Mercury retrograde. I mean, you've got to trust yourself and your life, so that's your decision. But the guidance here would be, you don't have all the pieces yet, wait to make a decision. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Okay, let's see what Spirit says. Support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. This is people around you. So I think questioning the motives of people around you and making sure you have the whole story. So I don't want to make you nervous. I think it's just to prepare you, like, so you don't get the wool pulled over your eyes or the rug pulled out from under you. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So maybe this energy is you've been cheated before, but that's not what's happening now. So this could go in a whole nother way for this pile, okay? This could be you've been cheated before, you're having trouble trusting in intimate relationships, and you'll have to surrender your fear of intimacy and allow the people you have closest to you in your life to support you during a time of challenge or change. Like if someone new has come into your life, 2 of Cups, and you're having trouble trusting because you're fearing that closeness or that bond, lean on, because of what happened to you in your past, maybe lean on those who offer you kindness, love, and support, unconditional love at this time. Excuse me. Because you have 6, which is the Lover's energy. So this could be more along the lines of you have nothing to fear, but it's projections from the past wounding that's making you feel like you have something to fear or not trust. So be very aware of your own stuff here with you, pile 2. So if you want to take a picture and ask for help and support. Okay? So let's put the guidance cards on the top. So support for this pile and strength for this pile. Okay, pile 3, you ready? Your fortune telling card is Judication, number 30. So this is like something being finalized, whether that's a marriage or a relationship, dividing up what each of you, your material things, the house, the belongings, everything, or maybe it's like a child custody case. There's something happening here in the Justice Department for this pile here. That's, the judge is trying to see clearly what's going on here and trying to be fair. So that feels like, let's see what Spirit has to say. A father's love. A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquantifiable, in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or has passed, a father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. So maybe there was an inheritance here that is trying to get figured out, an estate, trying to divide up an inheritance. That definitely could be in the air here. So if somebody has passed away, what I'm feeling with this is ask for assistance from Spirit if this person has passed away, for this all to get handled in a timely and clear manner and fair for everyone involved. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Ask for, and I also feel like this spirit, if it is the Father Spirit, perhaps is looking out for the situation and everything is going to work out. But right now you're in this like land of between, like I don't know what's going to happen, that kind of energy. So what do you need to surrender? Surrender to inner peace. Yeah, like try not to get anxious about it or worry about it. It's being watched over and you have people in your corner. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Yes, I feel like there will be flow if you release a little bit of anxiety and control and trust. I do feel like, I can pull a card for you guys. I feel like this is going to work out. So can I see, let me clear this. Can I see a card for this adjudication, how this might turn out for pile 3? Wow, Ace of Crystals, a breakthrough and a new beginning. This is a very positive card to get in the tarot. King of Wands in reverse. What's that? King of Wands in reverse. 7 of Cups. The decision's going to be made. Knight of Wands. And it feels to me like if it's between, you and a masculine energy, the energy is going to move toward you. Or if you are a masculine energy, it's going to move toward, because you're getting Knight of Wands, King of Wands, somebody who, let me rephrase this, okay? Let me rephrase this. A decision's about to get made. I feel like it's going to move in your favor. I feel like the Ace of Crystals represents a breakthrough in the case. This is like a new beginning and a clarity of mind. Basically, justice will be served. That's the energy of the Ace of Crystals. It's the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot deck. So I feel like with all the rest in reverse, a decision is being made, and I feel like this energy that was more unstable, more in and out, more wishy-washy, is going to be felt by who's ever making the decisions here, who's ever feeling into the discernment they need to use for this case. And it's going to weigh toward your side, which feels more stable and more present. So I hope that helps. If you are this pile and you want to make a comment on that, or you feel like you know what this is about, let us know. We'd love to hear. But yeah, this energy feels like there's somebody involved who's not quite fully there, fully present, and who's just trying to get something. And I don't feel like the energy is going to go for that person. I feel like justice will be served, and you'll have the clarity you need, whatever that means for you, okay? Whether that means the case is going in your direction, or the person is getting, what they deserve out of this situation because they weren't totally forthright. Something's going on here with this energy, okay? But I feel like it's going to work out. Definitely let me know. So if you want pile 4, I'll leave you the Ace of Crystals. I do feel like this pile is getting watched over. Your situation is getting watched over, and you don't need to worry. And that's why they're saying surrender to inner peace. Clarity is coming. The information you need is coming with the Ace of Crystals. Okay, so if you wanted to take a picture there. Okay, all right, so let's pull a final card for everyone. Really powerful readings here. I'm going to put the Father's Love on the top. No need to worry. Lots of support and strength. I feel like there's this astrological energy of support, strength, expansion. Release your worries. Take time to process. Don't rush right now. It's like, yes, things are happening, but they all are happening in their own timing. So just take everything in stride. Meanwhile, there's so much gorgeous, beautiful energy here in laying down the foundation for new divine templates for our lives, for ourselves, for what we're bringing through. The bigger aspect, the multi-dimensional aspect of ourselves into this realm, and how we're going to activate more of our multi-dimensional selves through this solar eclipse sort of portal that's happening. So let's see if there's any last words from Spirit, and then we will close the reading. Let me see. Okay, they want us to do this guidance deck, Angels and Ancestors. Look at that card on the bottom, High Priestess, harness mystic power. Okay, let me clear this deck. Okay, so Spirit, what is the final guidance for everyone? Wise one, grow within your current situation. There's the owl again, and the moon of the high priestess again, using your inner knowing, your inner wisdom. How can you grow from how you're being challenged? And wow, Earth Mother, look at that. And of course, we're coming into Taurus season. So this is the sun moving into Taurus. Feel loved and comforted. The sun is about to move into Taurus. A lot of earth energy is about to be very much felt, very tangible, coming soon. And that's part of this bridge too. We're moving from Aries, the fire energy, to earth, with Taurus season coming. So we're incoming, we're landing some things, we're grounding some things. It's going to feel better. It's not going to be so up in the air. So that does... this person that you were dealing with, that's what I wanted to say, and what I was picking up on, and I couldn't formulate it, was so much Aries energy. So the person you're contending with could be an Aries or a fire sign. So much fire energy is what I was wanting to say. Yeah, cool. I think I said it all then. Okay, I was picking up on fire energy from that person, of course, with the wands. And that was the energy I was trying to formulate when I kept saying divine or masculine energy. It was actually fire energy, and a fire sign coming through. So basically moving from Aries season into Taurus season, grounding our dreams, living our dreams coming true, feeling love, being matched by the universe. So yeah, it's really stunning, gorgeous reading today. So thank you for being a part of it, as your energy is here contributing and funneling through, right? Being channeled through and really activating this reading. So beautiful energy. If you want to tap into it more, do the little meditations that were a part of it, and I'll put the little descriptor for the halls of Amenti in the description box for fun. And definitely let me know what's happening for you. I'd love to hear all about it and how you're experiencing this new moon in Aries solar eclipse for 2023. And yes, if you'd like a personal reading, just go to let'sevolvetogethertarot.com and book there. I've got May openings about mid-May, early May, not the first week, but after. And yeah, if you can, hop on Instagram at Let's Evolve Together Tarot, and you'll get a lot more interaction with me there. And if you're watching this video in real time when I publish it, join us every Thursday at 11 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, for live tarot and energy readings with myself and my colleague Jason Donaldson Healer. We will be doing tandem readings live on YouTube. Okay, so join us there, and we will see you soon. Namaste, everybody. Bye.